We are going to discuss about computer viruses. There are biological viruses as well as software viruses designed by software developers. These viruses infect the system in many ways. We are going to discuss about all these things and what all types of viruses are there, how to protect your system from viruses, and how to install antivirus and to regularly update antivirus as well as the operating system on a regular basis.
Welcome back to computer classes. Today we are going to discuss about the security threats and safety measures. In this chapter we will be discussing about computer viruses, symptoms of computer viruses, different types of computer viruses, how to protect your system against viruses, and what are antivirus softwares and how does an antivirus software works. This is the topic which we are going to discuss with you today. Have you seen or have you heard about biological virus? Computer virus and biological virus having certain similarities. That is why the programs written by unscrupulous persons were given the name virus, because the system starts showing tendencies of or ailments just like a human being infected with a common cold or infected with any other virus. So, what is the definition of a computer virus? A computer virus is a type of malicious software program which replicates by reproducing itself or infecting other computer programs by modifying them. When a virus infects your body, it starts replicating in your body and it shows certain symptoms. It shows out certain symptoms. For example, when you having a common cold, what happens when you're having a common cold? There will be running nose and water will be flowing out of your nose, and you will be having a raised temperature, you will be having body ache, and you will be having loss of appetite and so on. Just like that, the virus also does or changes the manner in which the computer works. When a computer is infected with virus, the normal way in which the computer behaves starts changing. And what does a computer virus do? We are going to see about what does a computer virus do to the system you use, whether it is a computer or whether it is a mobile or whether it is any other device or tablet or any other device. The viruses which infect the operating system or comes and hides into your system may be doing the following things. A computer viruses are programmed to harm your computer by damaging programs, deleting files, or reformatting the hard drive. What does a computer virus do? It harms your computer by damaging programs. It starts deleting files or reformatting the hard drive. Some computer viruses simply replicate themselves or flood a network with traffic, making it impossible to perform any internet activity. Look here, you are paying for the internet, and the virus which creeps inside your system does not allow you to do anything on the internet because it is flooding itself with lot of emails or spam mails or any other activity behind the screen so that you are not able to access the network with ease. The computer viruses can significantly disrupt your system performance by reducing computer memory and causing frequent computer crashes. What are computer crashes? The computer crashes are the time at which, without your knowledge, if the computer shuts down or restarts, that is a crash. Or if a program doesn't respond according to your wish, and if a program doesn't, or program or application doesn't open up according to the stipulated time, you could clearly or visibly assume that that file is being infected with a computer virus, and it is causing significant disturbance to your system performance. What are the symptoms of computer virus? As the common flu is having few symptoms, when a computer is being infected with a computer virus, it has the following symptoms: slow computer performance, erratic computer behavior, unexplained data loss, frequent computer crashes, and when it shows unwanted, unusual displays on the screen, especially advertisements, etc. You don't wish to see advertisements, but continuously your screen is flooded with lot of advertisement one after another. You could assume that your system is being infected with virus. When the hard disk of your computer shows a sudden decrease in the free space, it is a clear indication that your device is being infected with a computer virus. Once again, what are the symptoms of computer virus? The slow computer performance, erratic computer behavior, unexplained data loss, frequent computer crashes, the shows unusual displays on the screen and shows sudden decrease in the free space on your hard disk. These are the symptoms of computer virus. That means if any of this happens with your computer, it shows that your system or the computer is being infected with virus. And how viruses are classified and what are the different types of computer virus? There are macro viruses are there, example Malaysia virus. The file infectors are there, resident virus, network virus, logic bomb, boot sector virus, stealth virus, Trojan horse, worms, and spyware. These are the different types of computer virus, and you will be learning many of these types of computer viruses in depth, because each and every type of a virus has its own ways in which it acts and causes damage to the system. The first one is a macro virus. You could know that you could create macro files with the help of Word as well as Excel or PowerPoint, etc. And if the file is being infected with or a macro is being hidden inside or comes and hides inside your Word document in such a manner that it starts spreading from one document to another in the due course, that is called a macro virus. The file infector, it infects the files which you are being opened at that time. Resident virus, even without your knowledge, as if a resident doctor, it always resides in the file. Network virus, the viruses which are causing damage to the network or when a file is being shared in the network, the virus used to get that file infected and comes into your system and gets your system infected with virus. Logic bomb. The most example of a logic bomb is if it is a Friday and if it is the 13th of any month, the logic starts working, and the bomb explodes. The boot sector viruses infect the master boot record sector of the system, and it ensures that whenever you boot into the system, the virus is active and open. Stealth virus, Trojan horse, we will explain it in detail with the help of the story of Trojan horse and the Helen of Troy, or the horse which was being made by the Greeks. The Trojan horse was being created by the Greek to defeat the empire of Troy. It happened that the king of Troy took away the princess of Greece to his kingdom, and the Greek want to take her back, and the Trojan horse was made in such a manner that with the help of the Trojan horse, the Greeks defeated the Troy kingdom. And the worms are there and spywares are there. Spy means the person who leaks out the secrets from one country to another, and the spyware is a software that takes your vital information from the cookies or the form fields or the fields which are applications which are used in the browser, so that the information is passed to a third person sitting somewhere in the net. Worms are there. Worms are just like you have heard about the earthworm, and the worms are the difficult stuff which if it is infecting your database or the MSI access files or something, it eats up or takes the corrupts the data in such a manner that it will be, all the data inside the database is irrelevant for the computer to make genuine calculations. And what are the types of viruses? Boot sector virus, as I have explained, the boot sector virus always infects the storage device master boot record, and it ensures that whenever the system is switched on, when the data is being read from the ROM, read-only memory, when the booting or the booting process occur, the boot sector viruses gets activated and comes in opened up onto the memory of the computer, and it starts infecting all the files which are being opened. So the boot sector virus is a virus which a computer virus that infects the storage device master boot record, and whether it is a hard disk or whether it is a USB or whatever it may be, it infects the master boot record, and when you are booting or when the device is being switched on or inserted into the USB drive or so, it gets bootable through the media and can trigger the spread of boot vector viruses into the system which opens it. The Trojan horse program. The Trojan horse is a file that appears harmless unless it has been executed. It appears just like an utility file, just like the game by the Messi, and you may ensure that you are going to play with Messi today in the game, and when the Trojan horse program disguises itself as a game utility program, but when executed it can destroy the data stored in the computer. And the Trojan horse programs get activated only when it is being executed, or when you are giving permission to bring such files into your computer, and when you are activating that, then only the Trojan horse program gets activated and destroys your system. The worm, a computer worm, is a standalone malware that replicates itself in order to spread to other computers. The malware or the malicious software, parasitic software fragments that attach to some executable software and gather sensitive information and display unwanted advertisements. Look here, just I have said that the worms are standalone and it infects the database, or it always starts popping up unwanted advertisements, so that you are seeing that advertisements even though you don't wish to see advertisements. These fragments inside the worms are shooting up every second on the screen, so that you are compelled to close those windows or compelled to see those advertisements. And this type of standalone malware that replicates itself and spreads from one computer to another is known as a worm. The worm gathers, it is just like a parasite. What is a parasite? You have heard about ethyl kanni, or which attaches to some sort of a tree, and it sucks out the juice water and the blood of the tree, and the tree gets worn out or gets dried up, while the parasite or the ethyl kanni still will be alive on the branches. Okay, these software fragments attach themselves to some executable software, gather sensitive information and display unwanted advertisements. Look here, usual case, if you are subscribing to a channel, the advertisements will be shown in such a manner that it will be coming onto the screen with your expense, your data which you have bought up. That means you are spending money to see those advertisements, and that is called parasitic software fragments. What is a spyware? The spyware is a software that aims to gather information about a person or organization without their knowledge and send such information to another entity or assert control over the device without his knowledge. Look here, I am doing something. I am always thinking that it is everything is going fine, but what happens? Some softwares which are hidden out are gathering my information, collecting my information, and sending such information to a third party who is sitting somewhere in the internet. You are not coming to know how much data every day you are using. You are always logging in from one site to another. You are spending so much money for internet. But what happens? The scrupulous person sitting in some other place will be able to gather information about you, your organization, their works, and send such information to some other person, so that they could assert control over the device without your knowledge. These are called spywares. Cookies are never or ever considered just like considered as a virus, but these cookies are always being placed inside the web browsers in such a manner that whenever you fill the form fields is like name, first name, last name, email address, or any such things, the cookies store those informations in special files, so that they will be able to retrieve the data at any time in the coming future. But what happens is that the security vulnerabilities which occur in the due course will allow these data to be read out by a hacker or a cracker who takes authority of your data, and they will start logging into this Gmail, or using your credit card numbers, or using your credit card password, etc., for accessing or for gaining access to all the genuine sites which you have created in the world a couple of years back. And the cookies are small pieces of data stored by web browsers to remember browsing information and the information that the user previously entered into form fields such as name, address, password, credit card numbers, and so on. The security vulnerabilities may allow a cookie's data to be read by a hacker who uses such data to gain access to many websites used by the other person or any other person. So the cookies are always there to help you. Cookies are always data which is being stored by the web browser to help you fill your form fields in an easier manner. But when others access that data and steal your data away to take control of your device, that causes harm. What are the different types of cookies? The different types of cookies that are available nowadays are classified into four. HTTP cookies, that means those are in the internet, web cookies, internet cookies, and browser cookies. All these type of cookies are being used to store data which you enter into form fields while you are using the web browser and other things in the due course. What are antiviruses? An antivirus software is an utility program that safeguards your computer system from virus attacks. That means the antivirus software is able to identify whether any of the software is being infected with any type of virus. This is what the antivirus is supposed to do. But don't think that all the viruses will be identified and tackled by the antivirus software. There are limitations for that. But on the due course, they will be updating their software regularly so that new threats could be identified and discovered, quarantined, and eliminated from the system. So it is always necessary to update the antivirus software on a regular basis. An antivirus software is a utility program that safeguards your computer system from virus attack. The most popular antivirus programs are Quick Heal Antivirus, eScan, Norton Antivirus, McAfee, and so on. There are Avasta, and so many are there. But never go for free antivirus softwares because they will be having hidden agenda about, and they will be stealing many of the data which you are data stuff which you have been using up. Always go for a genuine antivirus program. And this antivirus programs, how it works and how it identifies whether your files are being infected with viruses also. So how to protect your system against viruses? These are the guidelines. But install a good antivirus software, update the antivirus regularly, do not use pirated software. What is pirated software? The softwares which are being uploaded by cracking with external stolen keys, etc. Update your operating system regularly. Always scan your pen drives, flash drives, and CDs before using them. Only download software from sites you trust and do not open messages from unknown senders. Only download softwares from sites you trust and do not open messages from unknown senders. Install a good antivirus software. Update the antivirus regularly. Do not use pirated software. Update your operating system regularly. Always scan your pen drives, flash drives, and CDs before using them. Download only softwares from sites you trust. And what are the sites you trust? Especially, for example, Mozilla Firefox or web browser may be available from many sites, Softonics or many, but it will be always good or it will be always directed to download it from the Mozilla sites itself, because many of the unwanted advertisements, the hidden agenda of Softonics, etc., may be there when you download the software from Softonics. The software will be available in the web at different sites. Always go to the original site itself and download. Do not open messages from unknown senders. Only download software from the sites you trust. By this way, you will be able to protect your system against viruses. How does an antivirus software work? An antivirus software runs in the background of your computer, and it will be checking every file which you open. And this is generally known as on-access scanning or background scanning. And if without opening or without your knowledge, if a file changes its size, the antivirus software all of a sudden identifies those files and keep them in the quarantine. Each time you insert a pen drive or CD into your system, your antivirus will check it for viruses. Files downloaded from the internet are also checked for viruses and malware. Look here, most probably when you are visiting a site, the antivirus software will be so vigilant. They will be seeing to that such sites are genuine or not. If not genuine, they will prevent the sites from accessing or allowing until and unless you give instructions. So allow the websites, because many of the websites are having HTTP cookies, etc., and if you allow the sites to do the work over there, they will be taking away data. Especially when you visit a Malayalam Manorama site, you will be prompted whether you want any other things, whether some genuine access or your permissions are being granted or not. If you are not granting the permissions, the site may not be having the right to access your data from in the background. But those are the cookies which takes the data, the manner in which the data is being taken away and stored somewhere else. They will be assessing how many people are being using the site on a regular basis, where he is standing. They will be assessing your location. They will be assessing your browsing history, your preferences. Such things will be easily assessed or identified by the site. Antivirus software, how it works. Antivirus software runs in the background of your computer, checking every file you open, and this is generally known as on-access scanning or backgrounding or background scanning. Each time you insert a pen drive or a CD into your system, your antivirus will check it for viruses. And files downloaded from the internet are also checked for viruses and malware. And this is the end of the chapter antivirus. I have given you access to more than 3 or 4 sites which describe which are the deadly viruses, just like Melissa virus, I love you virus, SQL slammer, stormworm, Mabroot, and so on. The brain was there, Jerusalem was there, Conflicker was there, Michelangelo. All these viruses were there in the due course, and they have rocked down or caused damage to millions of computers across the world. And there were many of the programmers used to claim for money, and some were being caught and they were being imprisoned. And there are people who could identify who created it and from where the virus originated, etc. And whenever the world faces any of these threats, software programmers and antivirus specialists across the world come hand in hand to tackle the problem within hours or within a day or within a couple of days. So the world as a whole stand along with genuine people to protect your system, but don't give room for scrupulous people to come into your system and manage unwanted stuffs from your system. Always be careful while downloading files, opening emails, playing games, and so on. And with this chapter comes to an end. We have discussed many of the things in the classroom itself. I hope all will be nowadays will be